Excellent. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the November 4th virtual meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silver and I am the current chairman of the Historic Business District Commission. Hopefully this meeting will unfold as follows. As soon as Sarah Clark, the Central Permitting Coordinator, reads the governor's directive concerning these virtual meetings. There we go. Good afternoon and welcome to the November 4th virtual meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silver and I am the current chairman of the Historic Business District Commission. As I was just saying, hopefully this meeting will unfold as follows. As soon as Sarah Clark reads the directive concerning the governor's directive concerning these meetings, we'll move right on to a roll call to see who's present, what members are present. And the first order of business will be after that is completed, the first order of business will be the minute approvals. As soon as the minutes are approved, we'll move right on to the applications. So we'll start with a roll call of the members present. Those are, let's see, Darcy Sequin, our vice chair.
Here.
Okay, and then we have, okay, Sam Stribert is not here, is that correct? Sam is not here, okay. Then we have Bob Burns. Bob, you're here, right?
I'm here.
Okay. And then we have Doug Gratton. Doug, you're here, I see you.
Doug Gratton is here.
Okay. And then we have Steve DuBois. You're here too, Steve.
Steve DuBois is here, yes.
Okay. And as I said, I am too, Chairman Dan Silver. All right, we have sufficient members to move on to the approval of the minutes, and those minutes are of October 21st. So do we have any comments about the minutes? Any additions or corrections or any comments?
Doug Gratton would like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented for October 21st, 2020.
Darcy,
do we have a second?
Darcy Sequin seconds
Darcy,
the
is that
motion.
you?
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the minutes as written and a second. We'll go on to the vote. This will also be a roll call vote. Darcy Sequin.
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
All right, Bob Burns.
Bob Burns approves.
Okay, Doug Gratton.
Doug Gratton approves.
All right, Steve DuBois.
Steve DuBois approves.
And I approve. Dan Silver approves as well. I believe all of us were there present at the last meeting, so all the votes will count. Very good. All right, we don't have Sam, so I guess either Darcy or I will read the applications. And the first application is a continued hearing, 20-063, Pate's Restaurant, care of Signarama, application to install a wall sign located at 1260 Main Street. Do we have the applicant here again?
Yes, sir. Dan McLaughlin is here from Pate's.
Well, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so I understand some things have been done here. We received some materials. What can you tell us? How have things changed?
Well, we got quite a few comments from the commissioners last time, and we incorporated, I think, what we discussed. You'll see a rendering in front of you that shows shutters on the front of the building, which at least one of the commissioners thought would look nice, and I completely agree. And the shutters were supposed to be up there today, although I had a little miscommunication with my contractor who thought he couldn't cover up any of the letters that were there, and I explained to him, no, that was all going to be redone. So hopefully the shutters are up. I couldn't get him to text me back this afternoon. But in any event, the rendering you see in front of you is what it would look like. The letters themselves are going to, again, at the suggestion of the commissioners, are going to be of the kind of standard acrylic lettering that gets affixed to buildings. They're going to protrude from the building about ½ an inch, and they're going to be downsized from what's there now The letters on the, as you look at it, the letters on the left side that say Pates are going to be 10 inches high. And I believe right now they are about close to a foot. And on the right side of the building where it says drink, they're going to be 7 inches high. And I think they're about 7.5 right now. So the thing, it's
Okay,
more proportionate. You know, basically we've made the space smaller by adding the shutters, and we have downsized the letters at least proportionately to that new canvas, if you will.
all righty, let's see what the commission has to say about it. Steve, do you want to start us off?
Sure. I think it's much improved. I know there's been quite a few iterations of this, and I think you know, the added contrast and the balance looks good. So I think it's I think it's fine the way it is.
All righty, let's see, we haven't got Bob with us. Doug?
Bob is there.
Yeah, Doug, what do you think?
Doug Grattan, yeah, I like the changes and I approve the way it looks. So I'm definitely for it. So thank you for your changes.
Thank you.
All right, Darcy?
Yeah, I like the changes. I think it's a good improvement. I just wondered how you felt about framing it. Does that bother you if it was framed? It's part of it. I'm not sure about the food and drink. That might be a little too much, but what do you think? Just throwing that out at you.
If you don't, what I'd like to do, because when you get into, I think if we go down the road of framing, which I'm not opposed to doing. I mean, I think, look, I appreciate the comments you folks have come up with, because I think you've actually improved the aesthetic from my point of view as well. But I think when you go down the road of potentially framing it, it then could lead into discussions of the shape of the frame, the size of the frame, things like that. What I might like to do is I'd like to try to get approval tonight, and then I will happily take another look at it and take maybe another crack at it with my sign people and see if they can come up with an iteration that we think looks better than what's there now. And if they do, I would love to bring that in front of you and get permission. And framing would be is something that I think if it's done the right way, it could make it look much better. But I'd prefer not to keep coming back, you know?
No, I understand. Believe me, I don't want you to keep coming back either. No, I think what you've done is good to downsize on those letters. So if you could, after you get the right proportions, if you could just submit what is going up to Sarah, that's all I would ask.
In what do you mean? What's going to Sarah?
Right now you have Kate as the 12.
I prefer not to keep coming back, you know?
No, I understand. Believe me, I don't want you to keep coming back either. I think what you've done is good to downsize on those letters. So
I'm getting feedback
if
from
you
some.
could, after you get the right
I think we all
proportions, if you could just submit what is going up to Sarah, that's all I would ask.
Somebody may be watching their TV or YouTube channel.
Yeah, something's going on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so all I was suggesting that once you get the proportions, the way they're going to go up, if you could just submit the paperwork to Sarah so we can just see. You don't have to come back for that. Just submit paperwork to Sarah so we know what the proportions are. That's all. Visually, we could see that.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
So Dan, I believe what Darcy is suggesting is just have the sign maker add in the 10-inch dimension for the height of the letters for Pates, and
Right.
as well as the dimension of the width
Okay.
And then do the same thing for the food and drink.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
No
You're
problem.
welcome.
Okay.
Alrighty, if you folks are happy, I have no questions. I feel a lot better about what's happened. I appreciate the shutters on either side of the window. I think that helped tremendously.
I do
I
too.
really did. And I thank you for, hi, Sam.
Hi.
Sam,
I'm
do you have any,
sorry.
do you have any questions? Well, make note that Sam just joined us, Sarah.
I will, and we still have Bob with us as well, who has not commented.
Sam, do you have any questions for the gentleman? This is
No,
Pace Restaurant.
I'm happy with
Okay,
what's finally resulted.
all right. Do we have a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 20-063 Pates Restaurant, care of Sinorama. Application to install wall sign located at 1260 Main Street, as presented with the addition of the dimensions to be supplied to Sarah Clark.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
All right, so we have a motion that's been seconded. Further discussion amongst commission members, anybody? Any further questions, Sam,
No, no question, Sam.
Doug?
No questions, Doug.
Okay, Steve?
Steve has no further questions.
So do I. So, all right, very good. You ready to vote?
I'm here, I'm here,
Darcy?
I'm here, I'm here.
Darcy Sequin approves.
Bob's here.
Bob is here.
Bob's here? Bob, do you
Yeah,
have any further
yeah.
questions?
I'd like to make a comment.
Did you catch what was going on?
Yes, I did. I've been here. And as Dan, you had mentioned the possibility of Sinorama maybe looking at a surround.
Yes.
And I think if you could, it just doesn't stand out to me. For some reason, I go by it, it looks plain. And if you could have them look at incorporating maybe a 2-inch border around both the sides.
Okay.
And that color would be what's in your sign on the street. What's in that sign? Is it gold or is it?
Yeah, well, the sign is blue with some gold kind of moving through it. Yes.
Yeah, so if that could be boxed and keep the background white, the color of the letters same as the sign, but maybe do something to box it in, and maybe an inch or a 2-inch surround raised using the same acrylic material. So that's my suggestion. But you've done a good job with the shutters, and I think with downsizing the point size, I think it'll look much better.
Okay.
Okay, but we have a motion, Bob, to accept it the way it is, currently is. And we have a second.
Yeah, I'm okay with the motion and where it is, but as Dan mentioned, would look at maybe something that jazz it up to make it look a little bit more appealing, because it looks very stark as you go by there.
I'm always for that. So I think if I look at a few iterations from Sinorama and I come up with something that I like and they like, then, based on what you and Darcy are saying, I could bring it back to the commission and add that on if that's what everybody would prefer. Does that work?
Yeah, you would just have to amend the application, that's all, if you decide to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're back to the vote, Dan.
All right, so the motion stands. We're not amending it at this time, right?
No, right.
Okay, so Darcy, are you in favor of the motion?
Darcy Sequin approves.
Okay, Sam Stryver?
Sam Stryver approves.
Okay, Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
All righty. Doug?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve?
Steve DeBoer approves.
All right, now go along with the herd here. I'll approve it as well. Finally got through that. Very good, sir.
All right. Thank you for your
If it
time.
works out that you find a way to put a border around it, temporary or something, just let us know.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, so we're on to the next application.
Right, signs. Application number 20-093, Cape Side Interiors, care of Marianne Asper.
Yeah.
Application to replace the wall sign located at 1255 Main Street. And the 1257, and the proposed sign has been reviewed by the Central Permitting Coordinator, and she says that the proposed sign complies with the sign law.
Excellent, that's good to know. That's a good start. Do we have the applicant here?
Yes, we do.
All righty, what can you tell us about this?
Excuse me, Dan, this is Doug Grattan. I need to recuse myself from this application.
If you'd like, either that or section 23.
Section 23 is fine.
Okay. All right.
I will have to have, Doug, I will have to email that to you so you can fill it out and send it back to me.
Happy to, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, what can you tell us about the sign?
The present sign is 3x6. It's white with red lettering. The landlord is changing the color of the front of the building to white, so I want to change the sign the same size to blue background with white lettering.
All righty, let's see what Sarah comes up with here.
The sign at the other end of the building is also blue with white lettering.
Mark, for some reason, my screen is not sharing.
You're sharing that folder. I think
Well,
that's,
So I'm on the picture right now. And every time I try to go into it, it's not allowing me to share the screen. It's stuck on Pates for some reason.
Okay, I believe that we all have the.
Oh, can everyone see this now?
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Got the old sign, yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay. All right, Steve, one more time. You want to start us off?
Sure. No, I think it's a good idea, especially if the color of the building is changing. This looks fine to me.
All right. Doug?
Looks good to me.
No questions?
No questions.
All right. Sam?
I have no questions. It looks like an attractive sign, and having a dark blue with white lettering always is very good for legibility.
All right, Darcy?
I have no questions. I think it's great. We approved those former sign, so yeah, I'm fine with this.
Okay, good. So who did I skip? Anybody? Bob?
Yeah, I'm here. I like the sign. I have no questions.
All righty, and I have no problems with it either. So do we have a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 20-093 Cape Side Interiors, care of Marian Asper, application to replace the wall sign located at 1245 Main Street as presented.
Darcy
Do we
sequence.
have a second?
Motion.
That was Darcy? Your
That was
second?
me,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, very good. All right, further questions we have a motion and seconded, so further questions amongst the commission members, starting with Darcy. Second
No further
chance.
questions.
Okay, Sam,
No questions.
Bob,
No questions.
Doug,
Doug, no questions.
Okay, Steve?
No questions.
Okay, nor do I. Ready to vote? All right. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam?
Sam Stribert in favor.
Okay, Robert?
Bob Burns in favor.
Okay, Doug?
Doug Grattan in favor.
Okay, Steve?
Steve DeBoer in favor.
All right, very good.
Hey,
And I'm in
Bob
favor
Burns.
as well. Very good, excellent. Dan Silver is in favor as well. All right, very good. Excellent, thank you. All right, our next application, Sam.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Is
Thank you.
another sign
Good job.
20-089 Dogfish Taco Company and Cantina, care of Peter Higgins. Application to modify and add to the existing roof sign located at 22 Barn Hill Road. And the sign coordinator has reviewed the application and has stated that the proposed sign complies with the signs comply with the sign bylaw.
Okay, one of the things I've been remiss, I did tell the folks, Dan Silver, my name is Dan Silver, I'm the current chairman. We also have Darcy Sequin, who is a vice chair. Sam Stribert is our clerk. We have Robert Burns, who is a regular member. We have Doug Grattan, who is our first alternate. And we have Steve Burns, who is our second alternate. We also have Sarah Clark, Central Permitting Coordinator with us. All right, do we have the applicant here? I
Yes,
saw his
I'm here.
name.
Yep, this is Peter Higgins. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Sarah, can you hear me? Where is it? Yeah,
I can hear you.
you can hear me?
I
Yes.
can
I
hear.
can hear you, yep.
Okay. Yes, my name's Peter Higgins. Good afternoon to the board. I was before you guys back in February when we first proposed to open the Dogfish Taco Company. We had a great year, so we're planning on expanding a little bit, which will be your next hearing. So we're proposing to add to our sign, to the existing sign. And if you can see from the rendition, we're putting "and Cantina" to the existing sign to make one big sign. Same color, same font, same lighting. So any questions?
Alrighty, I believe we all have the materials. Darcy, would you like to start us off this time?
Yeah, this is Darcy Sequin. I have no issues with this sign at all, nor with the lighting. I think we approved that once before.
Sam?
I have no questions. It seems
Robert?
very attractive.
One question on the
Yeah.
lighting. Is that the light
Whoops,
that's
I'm
there?
sorry, Bob, did we come back to you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Did you have a question?
Yeah, the lighting that's in the presentation, is that the same light that's there?
That was the same light that would be there. We didn't put the sign light in this year. We're going to do it next year with this sign. When we add this sign, we'll put that light up. That was approved back in February.
Is there any other lighting, do you know, on the building?
There's just downlighting underneath the overhang.
Right, but there's another business there. There's no lighting there, as you know.
I don't believe she does. If she does, it's just a spotlight up to her sign too.
Okay, all right. No further
Yeah.
questions.
Thank you.
All right.
Dan, I'm sorry about that. We all are in Eastham, so I'm not going to be able to share my screen at the moment. And I just logged on through my phone. So
Well-
I'm here if you guys need.
Okay.
Okay, Doug, did you have any questions?
Doug Grattan, no, I don't have any questions. It looks very nice, so I like it.
All right, Steve?
I guess my only question is this replacing an existing sign or is this on the adjacent building?
It's actually going to be added to the existing sign.
Okay. 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 No, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, very good. I haven't got any questions either. All right, do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application number 20-089, Dogfish Taco Company and Cantina, care of Peter Higgins. Application to modify and add to the existing roof sign located at 22 Barn Hill Road as presented.
All right, do we have a second?
Darcy Sequence seconds the motion.
Okay, the motion is made and seconded. Chance for further discussion or questions? Darcy,
No further questions.
Sam,
No questions, Sam.
Robert,
Bob Burns, no questions.
Doug,
Doug Grant, no questions.
Steve?
Steve has no further questions.
Okay, folks, ready to vote? I guess. Darcy,
Darcy Sequence approves.
Sam,
Sam Stryber approves.
Bob,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug,
Doug Grant approves.
Steve,
Steve approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Very good, excellent, folks, you're doing well. All righty. Sam, where are we now? Same location, right?
We're, the next application, if in the additions and alterations, is 20-90. Wait a minute. Dogfish Tacos, care of Peter Higgins, application to replace the windows and a door and construct handicapped access ramp on the structure located at 22 Barn Hill Road.
What does the sign agent have to say about it, Sam?
It's not a sign. We're adding, it's an alteration.
Okay, very good.
We
All
did, we just did the sign. So that's,
Yes, right. Okay. All righty. We'll go move along then. Questions for the applicant. Well, actually, is the applicant still here? Can you tell us a little bit about what he's up to here?
Yes, I am here. Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Great.
we can hear you.
Well, again, I thank you for hearing this application. I was before you all in February, my family and I, as we went on our venture to open the Dogfish Taco Company this summer. Quite a summer to open up a food establishment, but we persevered through. And looking at the way that the pandemic will probably be affecting us moving forward, the space next to us became available. And so we are proposing to take that space over. And I would like to upgrade the front of the building like we did the existing building, pretty much with the same materials, the same colors, the same manufacturers of the windows. We'll do the face, the same gray that we did the existing building, white on the trim, black on the windows, and just pretty much spruce the place up. If there's any questions, I'd love to take them.
All righty, let's see what the folks have to say about it, or questions that I might have. Steve?
Okay, well, it looks like you're taking out a door that's in the front face of the building and adding a window there.
Yes, sir.
And then ADA ramp up to the barn door.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are there any other additions that you're making to the side, or you're also adding a window to the side?
Yep, just the window to the side too, on the side of the building.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
think you can see it in the renditions. Yep.
Right. And then it looks like you had thoughts of putting a sign over the barn door. Is that sign going to be there still, or is that?
It is not. You can only have either a roof sign or a wall sign on your for your business, and since
Right.
It's the same business, that's why we decided to take it and modify it and put it underneath the existing roof sign.
Okay. All right, very good. Looks good. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Doug?
I have no questions. I like the way it's presented. I know it'll be a great addition to the property.
All righty. Bob?
Peter, a couple questions. The new windows are going to have grills.
Yes, exactly like the ones that are shown to match the windows that we put in next door.
Okay, good. And then you have in the package, there's a lighting fixture.
Yeah, yes.
Where's that going to go?
It's actually going in between the 6-foot window and the barn door. I'm sorry I didn't show it on there, but there's an existing light there that we're replacing.
And that will go in that same spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I like it. No further questions.
All righty. Sam?
Okay. There's a couple of things that I'm concerned about. So the door that you're putting in is going to be a barn door on rollers on sides.
It's an existing door, yes.
It's an existing door.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh,
You
okay.
look at the.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
if
I
you
got
look
it.
at the original. Yep.
So does this meet, have you been to the building inspector and he's okayed everything as far as, because you're eliminating a door that's a actual egress door. A barn door, I don't think can be an egress door.
Yeah, I have an egress. There's already an egress door in the back of the building, so it's just gonna.
Well, two means of egress.
Yep.
Okay, and the ramp, whether you're talking ADA, which you don't have to, there's an architectural access board that governs handicap facilities in the state. And they have certain, so that's what would have jurisdiction here. And,
yes.
and the way you sketch up the ramp and the railings and the space and everything. In my familiarity with the specs for the architectural access board, doesn't look like you comply. Has the building inspector made any comments about that?
He has not. And when I was reading, that access board notes, I didn't see anything other than, you have to have a railing over, for a certain run.
Yeah, but your platform in front of the door has to comply with, which is a little bigger than the width of the ramp.
Correct. It needs to be 5 feet depth and then 4 feet wide. And that's what I have there, because that's an 8-foot door. So I did a 6-foot.
I think, well, all right.
Because I did ramps. I had to pour ramps for the other side to get into the inside and outside of the door. So that's what we did. And I talked with Richard on that.
So there's rails that attach to these posts that go horizontally. And the rails, there has to be 2 levels of rails.
Okay, I can add a second rail lower. I was trying to kind of not make it so busy.
No. You don't have any feelings
saying
about
it. I understand that.
Say you have to comply, and so I'm just giving you a heads up about that. All right, I am a little concerned, although from the existing to the proposed, it's probably a step better. But by using casements in one that are proportioned one way, and I know you proportioned them because they're going in a doorway, and then you have the picture window, which is now, are these casements that are going to open out?
No, these are gliders. They, like gliding windows. They slide. Yeah, they slide. Within each other. They don't open up because you can't open up over a ramp or a.
Okay. that was my point, going to be my point. If I had my brother, I mean, you're putting these windows in the existing openings.
Yes, sir.
And so it's kind of, unfortunately, you're perpetuating the sort of odd series of proportions that are here. It'd be much better to have two windows that are the same size. Oh, sorry, you've got the photographs that I don't have in the package.
Yes, I'm back online again.
Good,
Welcome back,
good job.
Sarah.
But anyway, my point is, I would rather have seen, rather than a little window that fits in a doorway opening and another one that fits in a picture opening, I would rather see two equal windows in this location, properly separated. But that's, we'll see what other people have to say. And I know this is set back from the road quite a ways and a little bit tucked behind the other buildings. So that's why I'm not being very adamant about it.
Well, I appreciate that. As you can see from the picture that Sarah has up on the board now, they're just existing space. So I was really just trying to limit how far I got into that. That's why I did it the way I did it. But thank you, Sam. I appreciate it.
See, it gets to be a sort of a door and window museum with the 1950 version and the 1960,
Right.
It isn't governed by proper proportions and the execution of the proper facade.
Okay.
All right, Sam?
Yeah, that's where I stopped.
Okay. Darcy?
Yeah, I just have some questions about the handicapped ramp. You're going to be using pressure treated 4x4 lumber?
Yeah,
Yes.
pressure treated lumber.
Okay.
And mahogany. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just the mahogany cap, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Rail. I don't know if you checked into this, but I heard there's a shortage of that kind of material. So I don't know.
No, there is, but with my sources, I'll be able to get it. But thank you.
Okay, great. All right. I have no further questions.
All righty then. If that's the case, I haven't got any questions for the gentleman. I think we've been through it. I think he answered all the ones I might have had. Is there a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 20-090, Dogfish Tacos, care of Peter Higgins. Application to replace windows and door and construct a handicap access ramp on a structure located at 22 Barn Hill Road as presented.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Darcy has seconded it?
Yes.
All right. Okay, last chance for questions. Darcy, any further
No questions? No.
Sam?
No questions.
Okay, Bob?
No questions, Bob Burns.
Doug?
Doug Grattan, no questions.
Steve?
I have no further questions.
Okay, and as I say, my questions have been answered. All right then, ready to vote? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam?
Sam Strabert approves.
All right. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Doug?
Doug Grattan approves.
All righty. Steve?
Steve DeBoer approves.
And Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, board members. Have a good night.
You too.
Take
Thank
care
you.
now. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, where are we?
Administrative approvals, no, excuse me.
No, we missed one. We still got one more.
Yes, still in additions and alterations. 20-092, Larry and Nancy Rowe, care of the Eastwood Companies. Application to install swimming pool, expand existing patio and retaining walls on the property located at 17 Hydrangea Lane.
This is
Yes.
Doug Grattan.
we've been through this a couple of times before, I believe.
Yeah, well, at least once. Next
Could you
door.
introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Susan Ledoux from Eastward Companies. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So
What can you
we're
tell us?
well, we're representing the Rose who live and or own the home at 17 Hydrangea Lane, and I've submitted, and you should have it in your packet, the site plan, the proposed landscape hardscape plan, and then photos of the existing site and the patio. There you go, and retaining walls. So you can see where the property is located if you've been up Hydrangea Lane. It's a very short
Right.
road, and 17 is tucked back behind the two other homes on that road, and it backs up to the cemetery, and you'll see the stockade fence actually is along the rear of the property, and that's the shared lot line with the cemetery. So the existing site now is a backyard, and it's basically surrounded by vegetation. So the application proposes to install a new 16 by 26 in-ground pool, and the spa would be within the pool. The expansion of the existing patio area, and it's going to be the same block as the patio that you see in the photographs. An extension of existing retaining walls and the installation of similar new walls around the expanded patio. And you'll see the retaining wall and the materials that are used there. They're just being expanded to surround the pool area. And the existing landscape plantings and trees will be maintained on site with lawn surrounding the pool and patio area. And again, last part of my letter is again about the existing patio block will be used and an extension of the existing retaining wall material. And that's basically our proposal. It really can't be seen by anyone. And just a couple of notes, we'll be before the ZBA on the 3rd of December. And the pool equipment is located next to the garage, if you had a question about that. That's it.
All righty, well, we have a couple of members who are new since that project was done.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rest of us, the others are familiar with it, so. Let's see, we'll start off. Steve, you weren't here when this project was going, but do you have any questions?
No, I wasn't there, but I'm familiar with the area and the project over the couple of years that it took to get going, but no, I have no questions.
Okay, Doug?
Sarah, I'm gonna need a section 23 on this one, and I'm familiar with the project. I don't have any financial interest, but I don't have any questions either. It looks very nice.
No problem. I will send that one out to you tomorrow as well.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, you're quite familiar with it.
Yes. I just have a question about the expansion of the existing retaining wall. Now, will that retaining wall be, I think it's okay when it's, even if it's greater than 3 feet. And because, and this one will be, part of the extension will be greater than 3 feet. But because it's facing in, it's not considered needing a special permit, or is that incorrect?
Should I answer that question? I didn't know if Sarah was going to jump in, but if you're looking at the hardscape landscape plan now on the site plan, which basically shows the same everything, except there is a note. It said proposed retaining wall not to exceed 3 feet high within the zoning setback. And so that is our proposal. If it does go above that 3 feet, it's not within the setback. And so where it will be near the setback, we will meet the zoning requirement. So we're not proposing anything that will require a special permit.
So why are you going to the zoning board?
We're going to the zoning board because the special permit is required for a swimming pool in the GB3 zone.
Ah, okay. It's a use issue.
Yes, it is.
I see. Okay.
Okay, Sam? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin, I have no further questions.
All right, I just have one for Sue.
Yes.
I was anticipating this application back prior to December. What happened?
Prior to when? I'm sorry?
I thought we were gonna see this application a long time ago.
It took a while to work with the owners, the landscape architect, and just getting it going. And they don't want it until next summer anyway. So they were good with the schedule that we're on.
Yeah, it's a nice house. They've lived there, what, about a year now? Not quite?
Yeah, we built it in 2017, and they've been in it. I don't know if you're thinking of the house next door. That one's very nice, and that does have an in-ground pool. So
Yeah, okay, good.
yeah.
Well, actually, I have no questions pertaining to the application itself. Very good. So, all right. Do we have a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 20-092, Larry and Nancy Rowe, care of Eastwood Companies, application to install a swimming pool, expand existing patio and retaining walls on the property located at 17 Hydrangea Lane.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
All right, so we have a motion and we have a second. Chance for further comments or questions? Steve?
I have no further questions.
Doug?
Doug has no further questions.
Okay. Bob?
Bob Burns, no further questions.
All right, Sam?
Sam Strobert, no further questions.
Okay, Darcy?
Darcy Sequin, no further questions.
Okay, nor do I, Dan Silver. All right, so you ready to vote? All righty, here we go. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam?
Sam Strobert, in favor.
Okay, Robert?
Bob Burns in favor.
Okay, Doug?
Doug Grattan in favor.
Okay, Steve?
Steve's in favor.
Dan Silver is also in favor. Very good. Thank you, Susan.
All right. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Very good. All right. All right, Sam, now we're on to administrative approvals. I guess we're going to have to do these one at a time, are we?
Yes. Administrative approval exemption 20-87 and Hagloff. Application for administrative approval to replace the roof on the dwelling located at 220.
All right, do we have anybody that has any questions about this? Please speak up and identify yourself. No? All right, so Darcy, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, Sam?
No questions. I visited this house. I'm familiar with it.
Okay, Bob?
Bob Burns, no questions.
Okay, Doug?
Doug Grattan, no questions.
Steve?
Steve has no questions.
Dan Silver, no questions. All right. So let's go for vote. Darcy?
Do you want a motion?
You have to make a motion, I think.
Doug Grattan will make a
We
motion.
need a motion, don't we? I'm sorry, yeah. Do I have a motion to accept that?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 20-087. Ann Hagloff, application for administrative approval to replace the roof on a dwelling located at 2224 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, and now we'll do the voting. Darcy?
In favor.
Sam Strobert approves.
Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Doug?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve?
Steve approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you. Thank you, Darcy, for speaking up there. All right, our next one is, what, 20-088, Sam?
Yes, it is. 20-088 FMT Holdings, application for exemption to replace the front door on the structure located at 746 Main Street. I did not see this one.
All right, let's see if there's any questions. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin, no questions.
Sam?
This Are they replacing the front door and changing the color in any way? Do you know?
So Sam, they replaced the front door exactly as is.
Okay.
It was leaking, so they needed to replace it sooner than later. And they just did, they kept the grill pattern, kept the same one side light, so it's exactly as what was there was replaced.
Okay, Sam?
Yep.
Okay. Robert?
No questions?
Doug?
Doug, no questions?
Steve?
Sorry, I have no questions.
Okay, Dan Silver has no questions. Do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 20-088 FTM Holdings, application for exemption to replace the front door on a structure located at 746 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and seconded. All right, so go for voting. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam?
Sam Stryber in favor.
Bob Burns in favor.
Doug?
Doug Ratton in favor?
Steve?
Steve's in favor.
Dan Silver in favor. Very good. On to the next one.
20-91, Snow Inn LLC, application for administrative approval to replace the roof on the structure located at 534 Main Street.
All right, we'll go on with questions. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin, no questions.
Sam?
Where's the Snow Inn?
Okay. Robert?
That's the, I think it's the Chatham Clothing Company.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, okay. I looked at that.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, Robert?
Bob Burns, no questions.
Okay. Doug?
Doug Ratton, no questions.
Okay. Steve?
I have no questions.
Dan Silver, no questions. Ready for voting? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryber approved.
Robert?
Bob Burns approves.
Doug?
Doug Ratton approves?
Steve?
Steve approves.
Dan Silver approves. Very good. Moving on.
20-094 REJ Realty Trust for administrative approval to replace the roof on the structure located at 1218 Main Street.
All right, let's see if we got any questions. Darcy?
No questions, Darcy Sequin.
Sam?
No question, Sam Stryber.
Robert?
No questions, Bob Burns.
Doug?
Doug Ratton, no questions.
Steve?
I have no questions.
Dan Silver, no questions. All right, do we have a motion?
Doug Ratton will make a motion for application 20-094 REJ Realty Trust, application for administrative approval to replace the roof on the structure located at 1218 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Ready for voting? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryber approves.
Robert?
Bob Burns approves.
Doug?
Doug Ratton approves?
Steve?
Steve approves.
Dan Silver approves. Very good. Next.
20-95 Barn Hill Properties Incorporated. Application for exemption to replace portion of the roof on the structure located at 1591 Main Street.
All righty, questions. Darcy?
No questions.
Sam?
No questions.
Robert?
Bob Burns, no questions.
Doug?
Doug Ratton, no questions.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve has no questions.
Dan Silver, no questions. All right, do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 20-095 Barn Hill Properties, Inc. Application for exemption to replace a portion of the roof on the structure located at 1591 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded. Ready to vote? Okay, Darcy,
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam,
Sam Stryber approves.
Robert,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve,
Steve DeBoer approves.
and Dan Silver approves. All righty. Now,
20-96,
we got another one?
the Black Dog General Store. Application for exemption to power wash the roof and siding and repaint the trim white on the structure located at 628 Main Street.
All right, see if we got any questions. Darcy,
No questions.
Sam,
No questions. Needs it.
Robert,
Bob Burns, no questions.
Doug,
Doug Grattan, no questions.
Steve,
I have no questions.
Dan Silver has no questions. All right, do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 20-096, the Black Dog General Store. Application for exemption to power wash the roof and siding and repaint the trim white on the structure located at 628 Main Street.
Darcy Sequin seconds the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Ready to vote? Darcy,
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam,
Sam Stryber approves.
Robert,
Bob Burns in favor.
Doug,
Doug Grattan in favor.
all right, and Steve,
Steve DeBoer is in favor.
Dan Silver in favor as well. Very good, folks. You did a great job tonight. Appreciate it. You're doing a great job all the time, actually. Sarah and the whole staff, everybody.
All right.
Wonderful.
We have some other business.
All right, we need one more motion. Is that correct?
No, we have some other business.
Dan, we do have a couple other discussion items.
That's right.
The appointment
Sure, I'll
of
have to page
H.B.D.C.
this. There it is. I'm
representatives
sorry.
to the Preservation Awards Committee. We need two. The Preservation Awards Committee has received applications this year, and they're looking for two representatives from the H.B.D.C. to participate.
So if anybody has any interest, they can contact me or Sarah and let me know. All right? And I'll pass the word along. I think I'm going to be involved, so it might take one more person.
Well,
We
Dan,
usually participate in some way.
Dan, I've been on this committee since its beginnings. And we end up talking about the presentation ceremony at the wayside.
Yeah, it's great.
And a lot of things have to be done in order to get that to happen. The Historical Commission, they discuss and decide whether they're going to have, whether an applicant is going to be, or a nominee is going to be accepted. And to be honest, they've always accepted everybody, but you know, there are some things now in the proposal that might not be as, so there might be some controversies. I don't know.
Right.
But that's, I found I couldn't meet Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. It just got to be too complicated for me.
So they will be having a few virtual meetings. I believe they will have one coming, I want to say next week or the week after. So we would need two representatives for the committee, hopefully before then. And if Dan is signing on, that's great. So we just need one more person to represent our commission.
Okay, folks. No, yeah, they're doing it, the meetings are virtual now, as Sarah says, so makes it easier in some ways. But anyways, like I said, if you think about it, let me know. I've talked to Frank a couple of times. So we'll see what we can do. Alrighty, folks. Any further discussion? Any comments about that? No? I don't want to put you on the spot tonight. All right, as I say, you know how to get in touch with me. Very good. All right, now, are we done?
We are not. We have discussion regarding an unapproved sign located at 645 Main Street.
Oh, that wasn't on the agenda though, was it?
It was on the amended agenda that I was sent, so it should be on the back page.
I'm there. Okay, well, whatever. Approved sign located at 645 Main Street. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So a sign was installed without approval of the H.B.D.C. We have reached out to the store owner on several occasions. The building commissioner stopped by and left his card because the store wasn't open when he stopped by. And we're looking for direction from the commission as to how you would like to proceed. And I can pull up, if I open my email, I can pull up a picture of the sign.
Yeah, let's look at it. If we can.
Sarah, do we have the representative here? Do we have the owner? We do not, do we?
She's trying to get the
picture. All right, so Sarah, what are our options here?
Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
This is the sign that's been installed. I have reached out to her. I was told that she would be applying, and that didn't happen. And this was back in September. So I just wanted to know how the commission would like to proceed, whether we send a certified letter to the owner, or if you just want to go with a traditional letter, you know, explaining the need for approval, as well as including a copy of our application that can be submitted. I'm just looking for direction from the commission because we have received a few inquiries about the sign.
Sarah, I don't know if it matters or not. Does a sign comply with the sign bylaw?
Honestly, Doug, I don't know because it was just sort of put up there. Typically, the signs that are on, and this is at the Colonial Building. Typically, the signs they do hang down past that large trim board, but not as much as this.
Right.
There's the Public Cafe. There's Rebecca Jean. There's Lily's Diner. So all of those signs have been approved. This is the only one on that particular building that has not received approval from the commission.
So this is Darcy Sequin. May I say something? I think we should send a certified letter since she hasn't responded since September. I think it's probably a good idea if we send a certified letter. What does everybody else think?
I agree with that, Doug Radden.
This is Bob Burns.
Bob?
I agree with that, and I think it's an ugly sign.
Okay, Steve?
No, I fully agree. You know, especially if it was put up without any sort of approval, it needs to either be taken down or addressed as soon as possible.
Yeah, everybody else on Main Street has gone through the process. I see no reason whatsoever why this one should be special or different. My only other suggestion over what Darcy said was to send a copy of the letter to the selectmen and make them aware of what's going on as well.
Okay, so in the letter, I will copy the town manager, so that way it can go to the Board of Selectmen. I will work with the building commissioner to draft the letter. That way we can send it out to the owner, hopefully this week, if not early next week.
Sounds good to me. Do
All
you
right,
need
do we need
a
a vote on that, Sarah?
You can if you want to. It's a discussion item, so it doesn't necessarily require a vote. I was just looking for direction from the commission. I will send out, so prior to sending the certified letter to the owner, I will send it out to the commission for review. Just so you're aware of the content of the letter prior to sending it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think we ought to just have a motion. If Doug will give us a motion to have you send the owner a registered letter, CC the selectmen on it.
Doug Brown will make a motion. We send a certified letter to the owner of the business to this about the sign not being on the application.
I'll second the motion. Darcy Sequin?
Okay, all right, very good. So we'll vote on it. Darcy?
In favor, Darcy Sequin.
Okay, Sam?
In favor. Sam Stryber.
Robert?
Bob Burns in favor.
Okay. Doug?
Doug Ratton in favor.
Steve?
Steve's in favor of sending the letter.
Dan Silver's in favor as well. Very good. Excellent. Thank you, folks.
So the only other item we have, which is not on the agenda, but was included in your packets, is the 2021 calendar for H.B.D.C meetings. If you have any questions, changes, concerns, please let me know, because I need to get this out sooner than later, because 2021 is quickly approaching us. So if you have any changes, you need to cancel any specific meetings, we don't conflict with any elections or anything else in the upcoming year. So just let me know as soon as possible.
Okay, so why don't we go through down, see if we got any questions for Sarah. Darcy?
No question.
Okay, Sam?
No questions. Sam Stryber.
Bob?
Bob Burns, no questions.
All right. Doug?
Doug Ratton, no questions.
All right, Steve?
I have no questions.
Dan Silver hasn't got any further questions for Sarah. I know where she is. All right, very good. Thank you, Sarah.
You're very welcome.
All right, any further business, folks, that I might have missed? No?
Darcy
Is there a
Sequin,
motion?
to adjourn.
Okay, do we have a second?
Doug Ratton will second.
All righty. Darcy, are you in favor?
I am in favor. Darcy Sequin.
Okay, Sam?
I'm in favor.
Bob?
Bob Burns in favor.
Doug?
Doug Ratton in favor.
Steve, you want to be a lone wolf?
No, I'm in favor of adjourning. Thank you.
Okay, Dan Silver's in favor as well. Thank you, folks, so much. And once again, thank you. Thank you and Sarah, and thank the video staff as well, IT staff.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
We are officially